can start, please. Thank
Hello
you.
to all masters present here. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to all in 21 days Spiritual Science Doctor Retreat, Day 10th. By continuing the series, today we have Dr. Shivani Gartan as a speaker. Let me introduce about Dr. Shivani, born and brought up in Karnal, Haryana. She is final year student of God Brahman Ayurvedic College, Rohtak, Haryana. She is dedicated Ayurvedic student and believe of spirituality, doing yoga and meditation since 2 years. She had recently joined TMC Haryanvi meditation channel through this event. She has keen interest in learning about Indian traditions and scientific fact behind them. Along with academic, she has keen interest in reading spiritual books. Today, she will be explaining about book Death, written by Sadhguru. So, with this, I invite Dr. Shivani for sharing her views. Dr. Shivani, please.
So, hello, very good afternoon to all. Myself, Shivani Gartan, and I'm a final year student. Before starting, I want to share some of my spiritual experiences before I started meditation. I started meditation in year 2016, and I'm doing yoga practice very unbalanced life, and my concentration power is like all gone. So after that, I come in contact with some of my teachers and my colleagues who told me about their meditation experiences and about she influenced my life so much that I also went to Mohali to the seminars and like yoga nidra and all, and some inspirational videos. Recently, I have joined their PMC Haryanvi channel, and I started after doing meditation. I started waking up at 4 a.m. and my whole day passes with full of energy and joy. And I started learning myself more after that, and what I'm going to do with my life. So all these experiences change a whole perspective of life. So this is all about that, and now I'm going to share about my book. So So this is the book Death and Inside Story, written by Jaggi Vasudeva Sadhguru. He is the author of the book. And about the author is that he is a yogi, mystic, and a visionary.
Shivani,
Sadhguru is a
your
spiritual
slide is
master
not
with a
visible.
yeah, ma'am. Is it visible, ma'am? Hello.
No, not visible.
No, Shivani, it's not visible. Please try again sharing your screen. Can read about. which is a global initiative taken up by PSSM movement. And I can share a, mes a message of Patri sir.
Our PSSM has started a new program called as SWAG. It means Save Water and Go Green. S for save, W for water, G for go, and another G for green. Save water and go green, my dear friends. We should not waste water. We should always be very, very careful in conserving our water resources. Let us not waste a drop of water. Every drop of water should be utilized properly. Every drop of water should be used in the best possible way. If you are wasting water, then you are contributing to the poverty of the nation. If you are conserving water, every drop of water, you are conserving the nature and you are making the nature prosper. We have to conserve water. Whenever you are seeing an open tap, please close it. Let not the water go waste. This is called as save water. And then go green. Plant trees. Everybody should plant trees. That is the most important activity for a man, for a human being, to plant trees. We want a very green planet, not a dry planet. And for plants, water is required. If there is no water, there is no greenery. There are no plants. These are the two important activities for a human being. You have to save water and you must see that everything is green. You must plant trees. While we are enjoying the trees planted by others, we should also plant trees. Everybody is forgetting this point and they are not planting trees at all. Why can't you plant trees? Why are you not aware of that fact? That you must plant trees every day. And always, every minute, you must be aware of wasting water. And you must never waste water. Water is a very, very precious commodity. It's a divine commodity. And if you plant a tree, plant a seed, sow a seed, you are making it green. So this is the movement called as SWAG. It means save water and go green. I like everybody to say, save water, and go green. Please repeat. Save water and go green. Again. Save water and go green. SWAG. What is SWAG? Save water and go green. Again. Save water and go green. Again. Save water and go green. Like this. How many points? 2 points. What are the 2 points? Save water and go green. How many points? 2 points. What are those points? Save water and go green. ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ.
Hello, Shivani. Dr. Shivani, please share your screen again.
मैम तो फोन करना पड़ेगा। पूछ ले मैम से, पूछ लो और फिर
Okay, so please close your eyes and clasp your hands and cross your legs, and you start, all of you, please start doing meditation. So for 10 minutes we will do meditation, and then we proceed further. Just relax yourself and start observing your breathing. When you close your eyes, you save 80% energy which we waste outside. So closing eyes means the saving of our energy. Slowly and slowly start observing your breathing. Normal, natural, tender, soft, tranquil breath. The breath is our lifeline. So when you close your eyes, automatically we accumulate our cosmic energy within ourselves, and we start activating our all subtle channels within the body. The consciousness reaches in each and every place, in each and every cell in our body. So just observe your breathing. Breathe in and breathe out. When we start our breathing, to observe at the same moment, we come to our close with our subtle bodies. The subtle bodies are our vital body, mental body, causal body, supracausal body, cosmic body, and nirvanic body. So the meditation is a tool through which we can purify our all subtle bodies. Just witness your breath. No mantra, no tantra, no remembering of any family members, and just be with your breath. When you start observing your breathing, the same moment, your respiratory path connected with your higher brain, and automatically your respiratory pathway changes the flow of energy and it reaches in the subtle areas in our all bodies. Breathe in and breathe out. When you breathe in and breathe out, this breathing is the bridge between your physical body and the mental body and the supramental body and the causal and the other subtle bodies. As and when we are with our breath, we feel our all vital movements in our body. The thoughts are lessened and we feel the emptiness of our mind. The mind with emptiness and the activating our third eye, the Divya Chakshu, and continuous practice of meditation, we can become a clairvoyant. We can understand the whole cosmic or universe through our inner reasons, through our inner sights. We can understand the whole universe by continuing practice of meditation. We can understand the other realms. We can understand the purpose of our life. This is the when we breathe in and breathe out, we can remove our all issues of our life, whether it is disease, whether the pains, whether the sufferings, each and every issue we can solve through meditation. Along with our physical life, it is very, very important to follow our spiritual life or meditation. Breathe in and breathe out. And you just feel within the ocean of consciousness, the flow of consciousness. As we become more relaxed, as the flow of consciousness become more easier to reach in each and every particle in our body, we can remove our all sufferings, illnesses, diseases. We can understand more about our karmas. Just be with your breath, my dear friends. Through meditation, we can live life with more awareness. The awareness means what to speak, what to think, how to live life happily. Meditation gives us the holistic health, means the wholeness. It activates our inner hidden dimensions which we have inherent as we keep in our soul. And it is very simple. The meditation is very, very simple. We can do anytime, any place. The first and the last stage of meditation is just be with your breath. No any stages in the meditation. But Caesar always says that you just be with your breath and you will be cured with all your issues. You can cure yourself. Last 2 minutes. Breath is our guru. Breath is our friend. Breath is our life. And if we do meditation regularly, we can achieve what we have planned in this life. We can get external and internal enlightenment automatically through meditation. We can activate our inner visions, our insights, Last minute. Just be with your breath, my dear friends. Breathe in and breathe out. Meditation is a tool for us, for all of us, to be aware every moment in our life. Meditation tells us that we are actually the beautiful, eternal specks of consciousness. We are not the physical bodies. So, my dear friends, please do every day meditation. Whenever you have time, you just close your eyes and be with yourself and practice every day and teach. When you learn and you teach in your surroundings, your friends and the family members, to all. Last 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Just you place your hands on your eyes and slowly you just remove your hands. Slowly take your time and open your eyes. So over to Khyati. Please you invite again Shivani. I think now the internet connection is okay. And Shivani,
Thank you, ma'am, for
yes,
the beautiful meditation session. Now we can go further with our topic of the day. Dr. Shivani, please, you can start your presentation now.
Okay, ma'am. Okay. So, hello everyone. My name is Shivani Gartan, and my today book is Death: An Inside Story. So about the author is, Sadhguru ji is a yogi, mystic and visionary. Sadhguru is a spiritual master with a difference. Absolute clarity of perception placed him in a unique place, not only in matters of spiritual, but in business, environmental and international affairs, and opens a new door on all that he touches. Age 13, Vasudev took yoga lessons from Mahaladilite Raghavendra and kept practicing asanas and pranayama daily throughout his youth, albeit without spiritual aspirations. And at the age of 25, he went up Chamundi Hills and sat on a rock where he did his spiritual experiences. In 1983, he taught his first yoga class with 7 participants in Mysore. Over time, he began conducting yoga classes over Karnataka and Hyderabad. Vasudev received the Padma Vibhushan, the second highest civilian award from Government of India. So, some lesser known facts about Sadhguru, that he is the founder of Isha Foundation that offer yoga programs all over the world. He is actively involved in social outreach, environmental initiatives, and educational programs. For his contribution towards spirituality, the Indian government confirmed him the Padma Vibhushan, and he claims to have spiritual experiences on 23rd September 1982 while sitting on a rock on a rock at Chamundi Hill. Gradually, his yoga classes became so popular that over 15,000 participants began to attend them. He used to donate collections given by his yoga students to some local charity at the end of his class. So, Isha Yoga Center, located on the foothill of Velangiri Mountain, Coimbatore, Tamil Nadu. It is a non-profit human service organization and established in 1992. Its social initiatives has been awarded with the Rashtriya Khel Protsahan Puraskar. Yoga programs. The flagship program entitled Inner Engineering, which introduced people to simple yoga practices, and the Sambhavi Mahamudra for mental well-being. So here is a powerful and unique energy form created by Sadhguru from the essence of yogic science situated at the Isha Yoga Center, the Dhyana Linga. Dhyana Linga is a meditative space that does not subscribe to any particular faith or belief system. It is consecrated sculpture stone standing 4.3 meters tall. A special feature of the Dhyanlinga complex are the Tirath Kundas, consecrated subterranean water bodies energized by Raslinga. A dip in these vibrant pools significantly enhances one's spiritual receptivity and is good preparation to revive the base of the Dhyanlinga. Adjacent to Dhyanlinga near the Isha Yoga Center is the Linga Bhairavi. It is an exuberant expression of the divine feminine fierce and compassionate at once. Representing the creative and nurturing aspect of the universe, the Devi allows devotees to go through life effortlessly. A variety of rituals and offerings are available from one to connect with Devi's outpouring rays. So, inner engineering, designed by Sadhguru, is offered as an intensive program for personal growth. The program and its environment establish the possibility to explore the higher dimensions of life and offer tools to re-engineering oneself through the inner science of yoga. Isha Kriya. What do you mean by Isha Kriya? The word Kriya literally means internal actions, while the Isha refers to that which is the source of creations. The purpose of Isha Kriya is to help an individual get in touch with the source of one's existence in order to create life according to one's wish and vision. So here are some events performed by Sadhguru. Vasudev regularly conducts gathering Mahasatsang in Indian states of Tamil Nadu and Karnataka. Every year at the Isha Yoga Center, Vasudev celebrates an all-night Mahashivratri, the annual Hindu festival in honor of Shiva. Here are some books written by Sadhguru like Adi Yogi, The Source of Yoga, and Life and Death, Mind is Your Business, Joy, Relationship and Emotions. In book Inner Engineering, the book is intended to be a spiritual guide with practice for personal growth and also a look at the author's own spiritual journey. In this, Sadhguru gives a guarantee to the reader, do the right things and right thing sure happens to you. In the book Adi Yogi, in this Shiva is presented a primeval emptiness existing from the beginning of the creation, and as an Adi Yogi who walked the earth and mastered the art of liberation through yoga. In book Relationships and Emotions, the book are for those who want to live their life free from the tyranny of emotions which make and break our relationships. In introduction, he talks about how easily bond can become bondages. So, about the book Death. This book is for all those who shall die. This is not for those who think they are immortal. Death is a word whose mere utterance can hush us. It is a brief occurrence at the end of long life. The book tells us about the process of death, the panch pranas, quality of death, and preparation of a good death. Life and death exist at the same time and are no different and thus cannot be understood separately. Sadhguru talks about the importance of last moment of life and helping suffering people die. He also talks about why are different Why are after death rituals needed? At last, he talks about life after death, the life of a ghost, or they exist or not. The objective of the book is also to help one achieve a good death. So this is all about the book. And here is the index of the book, Death Blow and Introduction. In introduction, Sadhguru tells us that modern science in dealing with matters of death and dying can be seen in the phenomenal improvement in just two of the key global health parameters, life expectancy and infant mortality. Death, especially in the more advanced countries, is no longer looked at a natural phenomena but as a medical condition with even ordinary life events and conditions being treated as risk and disease. Book is divided into three parts. Part 1 is life and death in one breath. So Sadhguru described the essential mechanism of life and death using several approaches. He described the yogic understanding and further simplifies this using the example of the soap bubble. He also talks about the different kind of death and what choices we have in death. He concludes the first part by describing the highest form of death, the dissolution of the self, which is the goal of all spiritual seekers. Part 2 is the gracefulness of death, become me. Sadhguru clarifies what a good death is and what preparation we can make for it. He explained what assistance one can provide in such situations and the difference that can make for the dying person. He also shares some precious insights into grief and how we can deal with in a meaningful manner. In the third part, life after death, the dark one. And life after death, Sadhguru offers us insight into this much misunderstood and malignant aspect of life. Here, Sadhguru talks about ghosts and spirits, their origin and their lives, what they can and cannot do to us, and how we can protect ourselves. He also talks about the process of reincarnations, what passes on from one birth to another, and what is lost. Tools offered by Sadhguru and his presence in our midst can help us make our own death more graceful and spiritually significant. So, what is death? Each moment that is happening in us at the organ and cellular level. If you are aware, you will see both life and death are happening very moment. Death is of mortal nature. When you are young, you think you are immortal. Slowly, as you get older, at least your body definitely reminds you that you are mortal. One who understood their mortal nature, they cannot take anything for granted. They will live purposely. Only people who believe they are immortal can fight to death. Traditionally, every yogi started spiritual pursuit in the cremation ground. So, what is the importance of cremation grounds? Cremation grounds, even Gautama Buddha made it compulsory for his monks to start spiritual practices in these grounds and just watching the corpse burning. Living in the comfort of your house, it is very easy to think you are immortal. But when a body is burning in front of your eyes, it is not very difficult to see that this could be you tomorrow. Many things that you have imagined about yourself will get burned in the cremation ground if you sit there and keep watching what happens. When your very body receives the fragility of its existence, there is very profound relief and acceptance, and once there is deep acceptance of death, the life will happen to you in enormous proportion. It is only because you try to keep death away, life has also stayed away from you. So there is importance of starting spiritual pursuit in the cremation ground. And death, just like life, is yet another dimension of the creation, possessing tremendous possibilities. And it is just that since it's not that visible or experienced or discussed, majorly because of the negativity related to it, it is mourned. So next is exploring death. Is death a fiction or not? Here the author tells us a story that one of his friend had died and he wanted to know where she could have gone and what happens after death. So he found a bottle of cardinal sodium, and it is a kind of barbiturate that put you to sleep, and he popped all the 98 pills, just went to sleep. But after 3 days, he found himself on hospital bed. Nothing happened to him. So death is a fiction created by ignorant people. Death is the creation of unaware, because if you are aware, it is life and life alone, moving from one dimension of existence to another. So stop inviting death. If you avoiding death is avoiding life, dodging life is inviting death. Let everything happens to you. Have you came here to avoid life or to experience it? So it is only life which must be constantly framed up. There is no need to invite or practice death, because death does not need your support. For most people, if life becomes unpleasant or burdensome, they knowingly or unknowingly they start dodging life. Once you start dodging life, you are invariably inviting death. Let new things happen to you. If you create this kind of nothing should happen to me situation with yourself, you become stagnant, and stagnation is death. If life does not move on new possibilities, do not arise within you, you are a living dead. So stop inviting death by dodging life. Is that a calamity? What that a calamity? People think that is a tragedy. It is not so. That is the end of whatever problem we are experiencing in life. So life needs a certain amount of tension to keep it going. But in death, there is relaxation. In fact, death is the highest form of relaxation. Whenever tension builds up in you, the natural mechanism in the body want to exhale. That is what we call a shy. If you observe people around you, you will see that for almost 99% of the people, their exhalation is never complete. Their mind has rejected death, so their exhalation will not happen totally. They will inhale, but exhalation does not happen totally. This is one of the reasons why over some time you build up so much tension within the system that is reaching a breaking point, both mentally and physiologically. The greatest calamity of the human mind is that it is against death. The moment you reject death, you also reject life. You think life is right and death is wrong. It is not so. Death is the endless possibility. So if you want to live a full life, you should look at your mortal nature every day. So next is bubble of life and death. What you are calling as life right now is like so bubbles being blown. The entire yogic process or the entire spiritual process is to wear this bubble thin, so that one day when it bursts, there is absolutely nothing left, and it moves from the bondage of existence to the freedom of non-existence or nirvana. The difference between a human bubble and a rock bubble is that a rock bubble is mostly physical, with a thicker covering and less air inside, because all that is there is physical matter. It is only its physical integrity due to inanimate memory that holds it together, not so much a conscious web. You can break it with a hammer and it will be gone. But if you break a human bubble with a hammer, only the body will break. The web of karmic memory contained within is such that it will always find another way to create another bubble or physical form. The entire yogic process or the entire spiritual process is to wear this bubble thin. So next, the Sadhguru talks about the Panch Pranas, the five vital energy. And the Panch Pranas include the Saman Vayu, the Pran Vayu, Udan Vayu, and the Vyana Vayu. Samana Vayu. Saman Vayu is related to sun, and it is in charge of maintaining the temperature of your body. And it is important because one's life and its span are related to cycle of the sun. So establishing a deep connection with the planet will lead to an ageless sort of existence in terms of energy and vitality. Next is the prana vayu. It is in charge of our respiratory system and our thought process. It is related to earth. You sit here and think about the ocean, you will observe that your breath will be one way. Next is the Udan Vayu. Udan Vayu means to fly. It creates buoyancy and makes us less available to gravity. It is related to moon. And then is Apan Vayu. Apan Vayu is in charge of our excretory system and the sensory functions. It cleanses the system in a big way. The Vyana Vayu, the most important, it needs all the billions of cells into one organism. There have been some instances of certain yogis whose bodies did not show any sign of decay for months after their death. This is possibly because when they die, they leave a certain amount of Vyana Vayu in the body, which preserves it for a long time. So the sequence of death, the first release value is the Samana value. Once the breath stops, the slow process of five prana exiting the body will begin. Of this, Saman Vayu is in charge of maintaining the temperature of body. The first thing that happens after that is that the body starts cooling down. You will observe in your daily life that first thing happens after in that body that it cools down first. Within 21 to 24 minutes from the breath stopping, Saman Vayu exits the body completely. Next, the Vayu is the Prana Vayu. Once the breath stops, Prana Vayu also starts exiting the body. This means the respiratory actions and thought process will begin to recede along with the withdrawal of Prana Vayu. Prana Vayu exits the body completely within 48 to 90 minutes after the breath stops. This is why cremation should be deferred for an hour and a half at least. If you keep the body of the person whose breath has stopped on earth or open soil, there is a possibility of revival with the little interventions from the outside. If other aspects of the system are conducive, then the soil and elements can regenerate the needed energy to revive life. This is why in the olden days, dying people were placed on the ground outside the house, hoping for revival. But today, with the body being laid on a cot or concrete floor, the chances of revival are very remote. Next value that is released is the Udana value. Between 6 and 12 hours after the breath stops, Udana value exits. Then the buoyancy in the body is also gone. Suddenly the body becomes heavy. The weight does not increase, but you can feel the weight much more simply because Udana value is gone. This is why people feel a big difference between carrying a live person and a dead person. Upon value. Somewhere between 8 to 18 hours after death has stopped, Apan Vayu exits the body. Once Apan Vayu starts receding in a major way, the sensory aspects of the body is gone. Even after someone's breath has gone, they are declared dead. They can still feel the sensations. There have been any number of cases where people get terrified because the dead body moves a little bit. There could be mild twitching in the body because the sensory activity is still on. Vyan Vayu. Vyan Vayu, which is the preservative nature of prana, is the slowest to exit. It will continue to do so for up to 11 to 14 days. If the death is because of old age and life becomes heavy, if the death was because of an accident when the life was still vibrant, unless the body is totally crushed, the reverberation of this life will continue from somewhere between 48 to 90 days. For that period, certain processes will continue and there will still be some other elements of life during that time. There are things you can do to assist that life. This is the opportunity that death rituals in the Indian culture attempt to make use of. So these are the chakras, the gateway of exit. Chakras are the energy channels and point of intersections. Total in in our body, we have total 114 chakras, and 112 of them in the body and 2 outside the body. The chakras in the body are classified into 7 main categories of 16. These are the Mooladhara chakra, Swadhisthana chakra, Manipur chakra, Anahata chakra, Vishuddha chakra, Agna chakra, and Sahasra chakra. People who are on the yogic path can simply sit in the open and live just like dropping one cloth and walking away. So when someone in fear, someone dead in fear, they end up living through this chakra. This is called the Muladhara chakra, which is located at the perineum. At the time and at the time of death, they will pass urine and feces with certain force. Not and it is not a good way to die. And when person die through the Swadhisthana chakra, which is located in and above the genital organs, and person can be reborn with extraordinary creative powers with this chakra. And next is the Manipur chakra, which is located just below the navel. And the person born with this organized has organized sense of actions. And next is the Anahata chakra, which is located where rib cage meets. And one can become a prodigy in music and arts. Next is the Vishuddhi chakra, and it is located at the pit of the throat. And person will also exist in absolute sense of dispassion and fearless involvement in all aspects of life. Next is the Agna chakra, which is located between eyebrow and is of higher order. And a person who is fully conscious will live through these chakra from top of their head, which is called the Sahasra chakra. We can see Brahmarandra because when they leave, they create a hole there. If at the moment of death, a person is 100% aware, that person will not go through rebirth. They will not take another body, they are released. So next is the quality of death, type of death. There are two type of death, timely death and untimely death, and there is an ichha mrityu, which is called the death by choice. So in timely death, if a yogi left his or her body consciously at the age of 30, we do not say it is untimely. It is timely for them because they decide the time. And untimely death, we call a death untimely when someone has intent to live, but they still has prarabdha karma to work out, but something strikes them and they die. Can death be hacked or cheated? In India, there is a belief that if someone is on the deathbed, then you should chant the Mahamrityunjay mantra or homa. Mrityu means death and the Jaya means victory. We cannot cheat death, but we can avoid it. Next is Samadhi. So Samadhi, a complete yogi sometimes do certain things to avoid moment of death. So what is Samadhi and how it is related to death? In Samadhi state, your sense of time is lost because it is only measured by the progress and the cycle of physical. So what is 10 years to other people may get reduced to 1 year because you made your cycle 10 times slower. Reviving the dead is not so big in the East, but the tantric system in India was always big on making a corpse alive. Withdrawn completely from the body, revival is a possibility, at least in principle, but there is absolute no chance of revive someone. So what is transmigration? The process of someone taking on the body of another person, usually freshly dead person. In India, it is called the uh, Parkaya Parvesha, and it is considered one of the Ashtasiddhi of the 8 capabilities of the yogi. So here is Mukti and Mahasamadhi. Mukti means you have broken all laws and they can be broken only when ceased to exist. That is the ultimate freedom. People who are suffering cannot attain Mukti. You are fine, you are joyful. Mukti is also called as Mahasamadhi. Mahasamadhi means one is able to walk out of one's body consciously without damaging it. Death exists only to one who has awareness of life. There is only life, life, and life alone. But Mahasamadhi means the real end. This is the goal of every spiritual seeker. So another Mahasamadhi is the Jiva Samadhi. Is a samadhi where a person um, decide to close oneself in an enclosure and ends one life. One reason for doing this is he or she doing that he or she does not want to trouble people after their death. People who are on the yogic path, they will sit in the open and live because they know the science of how to eject from the body and how to leave the body. Just as you drop your clothes and walk away, you drop your body and walk away. This is Mahasamadhi. Sadhguru talks about the Mahasamadhi of Swami Nirmalananda and his wife Vijay. So, preparing for a good death. Does death need preparation? Yeah, yes, death needs preparation. Why dying well is important? Because when a being is disembodied, whether one's experience becomes heavenly or hellish largely depends on how one dies. Unfortunately, most people create fear at that moment. They just cling on, I don't want to die. So everyone must make preparation for their death, not just externally but internally too. You must able to sit quietly and die. And people on the spiritual path often go one step further and choose the time, date and place of their death. If you had lived if you had lived a life of awareness, then it is very much possible that even at the last moment you could become aware. So, next is the wisdom of Vanaprastha. In ancient India, when couples took up Vanaprastha ashrama, they often withdraw together and live a very simple, back to basic kind of life until their death. So, what is Vanaprastha? Vana means jungle, and Vanaprastha ages 48 to 60 years when you have completed before solar cycle. In this stage, a person hands over the household responsibility to the next generation and withdraws from the affairs of the world. Most of their time is dedicated to gaining spiritual knowledge and wisdom. The significance of dying in Kashi. The word Kashi means light. The city is a tower of light in the spiritual sense. In Kashi, both life and death are celebrated with equal reverence and gusto. Kashi is also the highest seat of spiritual learning. The city of Kashi is demarcated by a large perimeter that is known as Panchakroshi route, creating a vast schematic circle. Traditionally, people believed Kasham Maranam Mukti, which means that anyone who dies within these parameters is believed to attain mukti. So Sadhguru also described the life of a ghost and what are ghosts, what they do, ghost troubles. And next is so this is all about the book. So the spiritual process is about helping people to die well, not only to help people to live well. Helping people to die means helping people to manage the moment of passing from physicality to beyond, from being embodied to being embodied in the utmost awareness and grace. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Shivani, for presenting a wonderful presentation. Not only you explain book very well, but also you present great essence. Like Sadhguru described how death is something that mind cannot grasp. And it can be known only by knowing life with full depth and dimensions. If we become aware, we will see both life and death. Mortality is basis of all fear. We are not mortal, then there would be no fear within us. Spiritual process begins only when you are confronted with death. When mortality confronts you in a big way, that is when you become full alive. So, and you explained well about Panchavayu, Panchapranas and Chakras. So again, thank you, Dr. Shivani. And I would like to invite Dr. Khyati ma'am for sharing her views.
Thank you, Dr. Shivani, for presenting the beautiful book, Death, by Sadhguruji. And due to some problems, there was a issue, but no, it's okay. Now, I would like to inform to all our viewers about the swag movement. Save water and go green. It is a global initiative by Pyramid Spiritual Society's movement, whose mission is to improve the environmental quality and conditions of our Mother Earth by partnering with community and group leaders and aspiring environmentalists and environmentalists to work together to create a clean and green planet to live for ourselves and our future generations. So save water and go green. If you want to be a swag warrior, please email us at parinitha@pssm.global.org to participate in this great endeavor. parinitha@pssm.global.org. Along with this, PSSM has announced a swag anthem music composing contest in which you will have to compose and voice an energy-filled, catchy number for swag anthem in English. Theme of this song should resonate with respecting and conserving Mother Nature and our responsibilities towards nature and pledging to save water and go green. Please send your entries to pssm.swagg@gmail.com, pssmswag@gmail.com. This contest has already started from 1st December 2020 and will be ending on 31st December 2020. Winners will be announced on 10th January 2021, and winners will get a surprise gift along with the winning certificate signed by Brahmarishi Pitamaha Patriji itself. And the song will be adopted for all the swag activities in future. Now, I would like to invite Sai Krishna sir for please playing the video message for the swag moment.
Kathy, I can only share the computer sound. It is not coming.
Okay, sir. Please, if it is possible.
Or you can play it. It is not coming. The optimized screen share it is not.
So thank you all for joining us today. We will meet again tomorrow with another speaker and another topic, another book. Till then, namaste. And this is Dr. Khyati signing off from India.
Thank you, Kathy ma'am, for giving us information about save water, go green, and plant trees. Thanks to all. Thank you, Sai Krishna sir. Thank you, Patri sir. Thank you, Sangeeta ma'am. And thanks to all PMC English, PMC Global, PMC Haryanvi, and Pyramid Health Channel Malaysia. Thanks to all for providing us such a great platform. Thank you.